Six. Yes. You got it. Yeah. Now, are you out in the gas man? I'm not. I'm new to this. I mean, you could be a little older. Yeah, you could ask a little bit like that. You guys.
Hey, Ron. I got to use this one. Thank you. Good morning, Rotarians. We're going to have a little change in the schedule and start instead of with our normal agenda. We have a great treat this morning. We have Vocal Impact led by our fearless leader, Jacob Moore from Hudson High School. Let's have a round of applause for Vocal Impact and their Christmas show for Rotary. It's all yours, Jacob.
I use this one. Is that okay? Well, good morning. Yeah, it should be on. There we go. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. My name is Jacob Moore, and this group behind me is Vocal Impact, or show choir from the high school. We're so thrilled to be here this morning for you, perform our Christmas show for you. We're going to open things up with our first number that, at least for in my household, I knew made famous by Elvis Presley. Maybe you did as well. This is Santa Bring My Baby Back to Me.
Santa, bring my baby back to me. Santa, bring my baby back to me.
To make my Christmas right, I just need my baby's arms wound around me tight. Oh, Santa, hear my plea. Santa, bring my baby back.
Santa, bring my baby back to me. The Christmas tree is ready. The candles all aglow. But with my baby far away, what good is mistletoe?
Oh, Santa, hear my plea. Santa, bring my baby back to me. Please, please, reindeer, hurry. Brother, time is drawing near. It sure won't seem like Christmas without my baby.
No, no, no.
Don't fill my stomach
Our next song has become a little bit of a tradition I took over this group in 2015 and is one you might recognize if you've seen this group before, where they have all the body percussion, or better, they hit themselves a lot. It is a song by Fleet Foxes, and we're doing the pentatonics arrangement of that song. This is White Winter Hymnal.
I was following the eye, 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 was following the pack dolls swallowed in their coats, the scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turn around and there you go. And Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime. I was following the pack dolls swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied around their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned around and there you go. And Michael, you would go and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime. I was following the pack dolls swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned around and there you go. And Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime.
Thank you. Now, one of the things we like to do in our run-out gigs is just take a quick minute and have the kids introduce themselves, since I know there's a lot of faces up here that you know and maybe some that you don't. So I'm going to pass the microphone off to Sunita over here, and they're going to just quickly introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Sunita Bhatia. I'm a junior, and this is my first year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, I'm Maria Wright. I'm a junior, and this is my first year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, I'm Maddie Davidson. I'm a junior, and this is my second year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, I'm Celine Gunhan. I'm a junior, and this is my first year in Vocal Impact. Hi, I'm Giselle Chadden. I'm a junior, and this is my first year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, I'm Ashlyn Mouse. I'm a sophomore, and this is my first year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, I'm Katherine Thiele. I'm a freshman, and this is my first year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, I'm Avery Travis. I'm a junior, and this is my second year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, I'm Sophie Udawal. I'm a junior, and this is my third year in Vocal Impact. Hi, I'm Lindsay Ross. I'm a junior, and this is my third year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, I'm Katie Babitsky. I'm a senior, and this is my fourth year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, I'm Nora Howard. I'm also a senior, and this is my fourth year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Timma. I'm a senior, and this is my fourth year in Vocal Impact.
I'm Mira Cahalan. I'm a freshman, and this is my first year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, I'm Adeline Pelletier. I'm a sophomore, and this is my second year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Peterson. I'm a junior, and this is my second year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, I'm Joshua Jacob. I'm a junior, and this is my third year in Vocal Impact.
My name is Racine Ketter, and this is my first year in Vocal Impact. I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Charlie. I'm a junior, and this is my third year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, I'm Jason Tong. I'm a junior, and this is my third year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, I'm Alex Dale. I'm a junior. This is my second year in Vocal Impact.
I'm Chase DeWitt. I'm a junior, and this is my first year in Vocal Impact.
I'm Max Foster. I'm a senior, and this is my third year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, I'm Joey Herman. I'm a freshman, and this is my first year in Vocal Impact.
Hi, I'm Luca. I'm a junior, and this is my first year in Vocal Impact.
I'm Anthony Uhas. I'm a senior, and this is my fourth year in Vocal Impact.
I'm Charles Hutchins. I'm a senior, and this is my first year in Vocal Impact.
Awesome. Go ahead, switch back lines. Oh, hi, I'm Jacob. This is my 8th year in Hudson City Schools. So our next song is also a song by Pentatonics, and one that our seniors, those who were in the group for 4 years, really enjoy. We hope that you do too. This is Joy to the World.
Joy to the world. Joy to the world. Joy to the world. The Lord is come. Let us receive love. Let every heart prepare his room. Oh, heaven and nature sing. Heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature. Oh, oh, joy to the world. Joy to the world. Oh, joy to the world. Sing their praise, their songs in love. Let their songs and flow their hearts, hills and plains. Repeat the sounding joy, sounding joy. Repeat the sounding joy, joy to the world. Now we sing, let the earth receive her King. Joy to the world, now we sing, let the angel voices ring. Joy to the world, now we sing, let the men their songs employ. Joy to the world, now we sing, repeat the sounding joy. Oh, here rules the world, way through them and makes the nations prove and writings of his righteousness and wonders of his love, 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 and wonders of his joy to the world. Now we sing, let the earth receive her King. Joy to the world. Now we sing, let the angel voices ring.
And just like that, we've come to our fourth and our final song already. I want to take this time just to thank Jim for getting us here again this year. We really appreciate you having us back. I know how much they love getting up at 6:30 on a Wednesday morning. But in all seriousness, we do love coming here. We want to thank Jim and the Rotary Club for having us. If you are interested in anything that's going on in the choir program, we've already had our holiday concert. It was last Wednesday, but we have some exciting things coming up. This group behind me, Vocal Impact, will host an invitational on Friday, the 13th of January. Where we invite groups from Brecksville, Nordonia, and Whitehall Yearling High School, which is down by Columbus, up to the high school for an evening of just enjoyment and show choir. That will be the 13th of January. Tickets are $10. And then we have something really exciting for all of our groups who are involved in the choir at the high school. In March, we commissioned a composer by the name of Sidney Guillaume, who has written a piece specifically for the Hudson High School choirs, and he will be coming to Hudson the 1st of March, and we'll be having a world premiere of that brand new piece at our Composer in Residence concert on Wednesday, March 1st. So we hope you'll join us. You can find all the information about what's going on at the choir programs at hudsonhighschoolchoirs.com. But thanks again so much for having us this morning. We hope that from our families to yours, you have a wonderful and blessed holiday season. We're going to close things this morning with Winter Wonderland.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jacob. Thanks, Vocal Impact. Great job. And remember, if you guys want to, you guys can see this on, it's recorded, so you can just go to our website, play it back for your friends or your family, and remember the steps that you did right and the ones you did wrong.
Quick plug, there's a band concert at Hudson High School tomorrow night, 7 o'clock in the auditorium also. So Hudson Band.
Good morning, Rotarians and guests. Anyone that came for the concert and doesn't want to stay for our meeting, certainly welcome to leave, but you're also very welcome to stay. So we're glad to have you with us this morning. Our invocation this morning is by Bill Wooldridge.
Before I give the invocation, I wanted to mention there's a wonderful movie that's currently, it's been at Hudson Regal Cinema. It's called I Heard the Bells. It's from a poem by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. I heard the bells on Christmas Day. If you have a chance to see it, it's a wonderful movie. Highly recommend it. Okay, for the invocation, let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, today we give thanks for the blessings you have bestowed on us. We are fortunate to live in a place where there is peace, plenty to eat, and wonderful housing. We have so much to be thankful for. It is a time of thanksgiving, good cheer, and giving back to those less fortunate and in need. So I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. And now to lead us in the pledge and the four-way test, Ben Rexroad.
Please join with me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the four-way test. First, is it true? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And four, would lead us to all concerned. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. And now our president, Father Joe Boisel.
Thank you. Sure, why not? All right. Good morning, everybody. Oh, some notes. A couple of notes, announcements I have this morning. First of all, I see that there's a grants committee. Is there somebody out here to tell me there is indeed a grants committee meeting this week? Because I thought it was last week, but I have it as a note being for this week. If you're on the grants committee, find your fellow members and see if indeed you do have a meeting this morning. You might have one. Okay, so I was right. We did indeed. Okay. Okay, so grants committee meeting with my second announcement, board of directors is meeting immediately following this meeting. So if you're on that board of directors, please plan to stay. If you're on the grants committee, please come to that meeting with us as well. And if you're interested in staying for the board of directors meeting, you're certainly welcome to stay for that as well. I see Jamie back in the back. I think we have some service learning students. So I'm going to invite him to come up and share with us. Whilst you're up here, tell us about this opportunity we have to help with the random acts of kindness. All right, good.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm glad that we at least had like the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation before we had to come up, because following the vocal impact directly would have been, I don't know if embarrassing is the right word, but yeah, there's just no way, especially now with my person. Yeah, especially now with my personality, it's just not going to happen. So yeah, I apologize in advance because we're probably going to be very boring in comparison. So we do have a great student here, and I think she's probably feeling a little bit nervous. So we'll just kind of get this out of the way. Grace is doing an outstanding job. She's over at Access Women's Shelter as a volunteer, and her site project. So each semester, our students do put into action a project that their site needs. We don't determine what that is. The student sits down with their supervisor and figures out what is something I can do, something a little bit special that's really going to help you. And Grace and her partner Mia did one of the best we've ever seen. Their site project, and I hope she takes a couple minutes to share what they did, as well as a little bit about what she's been able to do at Access Women's Shelter in Akron. So this is Grace Baldwin.
Hi, I'm Grace. So I'm a senior at Hudson High School and I'm in the service learning class. A little bit about me is mainly I play soccer. So I played 4 years at Hudson High School, and then I also play club soccer at Ambassadors Football Club. I also coach middle school soccer through Hudson United, and I also really like to run. I like to cook. Other things, I'm in National Honor Society at the high school. I'm in Hudson Community First at the high school, and I'm also in Key Club at the high school. So those are some of the things that I like to do in my free time. So for this semester, my site is Access Women's Shelter in Akron, and it's a homeless shelter for women and children in Akron, and it's more of a structured shelter from what I understand compared to the other ones. They really work on trying to prepare the residents for life beyond the shelter. And so they make sure that they go out of the shelter with a stable job and that they have housing. So I am paired up with another person at Access. Her name is Mia. And we go once a week there all day Wednesday. And we just help out with whatever they need to help. Like Mr. Cosman said, we have been working on our site project. My site project was redoing their teen room. So downstairs, they have a room that's supposed to be just for the teens where they can relax and just have their own time. But right now it's kind of just like a bland room with a couch and a TV. So me and we got a budget of $3,000. It was a grant that they received. And we made a plan on how we were going to redesign and redo the room. We made a budget, we did stay in budget. We made a presentation with all of our ideas. And then last week, we just presented it to the board of directors, maybe you would call it, at Access. So it's like their president, their director of engagement, director of financials, maybe. A lot of people that I see at Access, but sometimes don't interact with. So we got to present to them. They're still deliberating about the project. We don't know exactly how it's going to pan out. I'm leaving my site this week and then I go on to a new site next semester. But me and I are hoping that we'll be able to go back in January and see how the project is going, and hopefully the new student that's coming to Access next semester can work on the project and we can help her if she needs help or any direction with the project. Other things that we do at Access are we serve their lunches. So most of the food that comes in for lunches and dinners is already pre-made, but we just heat it up and then put it on plates and serve it to the residents. This semester, we haven't really had a lot of interaction with the residents because of COVID and like confidentiality, but we do a lot of behind the scenes work. We do a lot of office work jobs. So like copying, but also getting like forms ready for volunteers. We make a lot of like gift bags and thank you bags for all the people that volunteer there. One event that they do that's a really big event for them is called the Jewelry Box event, where a bunch of people donate jewelry. Like we probably had 30 boxes full of jewelry, and we sort it. And then they have this big event in like a hotel conference room where people come and they can buy the jewelry for really cheap, and there's like auctions and stuff like that. So I helped out with that this year, and that's really one of their main fundraising events for Access. So that was really nice to work on it behind the scenes on Wednesdays and then go on the weekend and see the final product. So that's basically what I do at Access and what I do at Hudson. Oh. Sure.
Speaking, you're very well spoken.
Thank you.
How many people are there at Access at a time?
How many residents?
Yeah.
I would say there's like 20-ish residents. So I think there's about 5 single rooms and 5 family rooms at Access, but they also have a hotel connected with them that other single residents can live in. So I don't know that exact number over there because I don't really see them, but I know that there's kind of a smaller amount at Access, but that's because they have case managers that work with them one-on-one so that they can, make a plan of what they're doing after Access. Yeah, so I don't know exactly where I'm going to be going to college. I'm still waiting to hear back from a lot of my applications. But I plan on studying nursing. I'm really into like STEM and science, and so I plan on studying nursing. Some schools I have applied to, I applied to Ohio State and I did get in, so that's good. I still have to hear back from Villanova. I applied to Denison as well, UNC Chapel Hill, and Purdue. So.
Yeah, and one of the things I think is so great about Access is they have been open throughout the pandemic. They've had our students there throughout the pandemic. Our role there has shifted. It used to be a lot more of our kids interacting and kind of taking care of the little kids who were in kind of the preschool age kids that were there. So our role has shifted a little bit, but the behind the scenes work, as you can tell, is just so important. And we are lucky that we have Mia and Grace there because it's something that's really taken off for both of them, and I think they've had a great experience. If you're not familiar with Access Women's Shelter, I do encourage you to look it up. Their services as a whole are incredible. They have basically the entire wraparound services. As Grace said, they have therapy, they have a social worker, they have job training, they basically everything a woman who's leaving a bad situation would need is available there to try and help her get back on her feet and help her family feel safe and supported again. So it really is a great place. In terms of Hudson Service Learning, we've got the Random Acts of Kindness presentations coming up. They are January 4th, 10th, and 11th, which is right after the new year. I know I sent the Sign Up Genius link, and I know that there was some people that had some trouble with that. So I did bring a physical paper copy of it today, and it's being passed around on a clipboard. If you look at that as you see it, we'd love to have as many of you who are able to come in and willing to come in as possible. If you just kind of a quick little look at it, you'll see green, and that means we do have 3 people. You're certainly welcome to come on those spots that are green. We'd love to have more, but that means we do have those 3. Yellow means we don't have anybody, so we'd love to have some people there. And then if it's just white, that just means that it's not full. There's probably 1 or 2 people there, but not 3. So any ability you have to come in, we'd love to have you. It's going to look like it used to look for those of you who have done it before. It's just going to be the 2 or 3 of you, either myself or Mrs. Vonville, and then 2 students. So for anybody who's worried about kind of the full classroom, it will not be. It'll just be a very small group. The presentations, just like before, it's going to be 20 minutes of them kind of sharing those 2 groups, the uncomfortable group they had and the kind of the group they feel more neutral about, as well as what they did, the research they learned, and then we'll have 10 minutes for kind of questions and answers. So those of you who have done it before, it's going to look the same as it used to, which we are very appreciative of. I'll also be happy to stay afterwards. And if anybody has any questions or wants to look over that sign up sheet, I'm certainly happy to do that with anybody who would like to. I also want to thank, where's Patricia? There she is. And Marilyn, there she is. They came in yesterday to help us out with the to participate in the Waking Ned Divine discussion. And I think I hope they had a good experience as they came in to talk to our kids and hear what our students had to say about that movie. So thank you so much for coming in. I am going to pass this over to Brittany, and she's got a little bit to share as well.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Brittany Amier. I am one of the social studies teachers, and I am Jamie's co-teacher in service learning. I, on behalf of myself and Marty Bach, want to extend a huge thank you to any of you who came to our policy project presentations. That was a project where our students chose what they see as an issue at both the state, the Hudson City, and then the Hudson City schools level, and then they had to solve that problem. So they had to look into ways that they could come up with a solution to the issue that they saw, how they would fund it, how they would effectively convince people that this was an issue that needed to be dealt with, and why their solution was the one to be chosen. It's a really good project for our kids. It's something that we like to do every year because it does allow them to have that kind of problem solving experience, and then to have members of the community come in and ask them questions and have that experience where they are expected to not only defend their position, but also continue to kind of think creatively and outside of the box to answer those questions and engage is really, really meaningful to them. Our last presentation is actually, or our last set of presentations is actually going to be tomorrow. So thank you to those of you who did sign up to come to those. We really appreciate it. I also, from the service learning front, wanted to let you know that our students are starting on their second semester sites after winter break. So they'll come back from winter break, they'll have a training, and then they will be off to what is hopefully a site that will push them into into a slightly more uncomfortable situation. So we're asking our students to stretch themselves in that second semester. We give them a survey at the end of the second quarter, and we say, okay, what do you want? What do you need? And we do try to ask them to think about things that would actually help push them outside of their comfort zone, lessons they might need to learn. And we have a lot of kids who were honestly, or I thought were pretty honest with that did want to kind of push themselves and be better. So we're really excited to see where they're going to go for second semester. And we normally service learning brings 2 students. We did have a last minute cancellation, unfortunately, which is why Grace did a wonderful job and was up here speaking with you guys this morning. So thank you so much. I'm going to turn it off.
I'm gonna invite Ed Sogan to come up. We have a special guest and he's going to introduce it.
It's my pleasure to introduce Sharon Blackford, alias Mrs. Claus. Jean back there has been Santa for us. This is on TV, so parents, please cover your children's ears so they don't hear this. But Sharon, as a outstanding Rotarian, was active in many, many projects. And in the early 2000s, she and Jimmy Sutman took over the Santa on the Green project. And immediately, Sharon came up with the idea that Santa was there all by his little lonely self. So she added Mrs. Claus to the mix. And as you can tell by the family pictures and the pictures that we have on our website, it was certainly a welcome addition to our event on that first Saturday in December. In addition to being Mrs. Claus, Sharon also was our supervisor of facilities at the Hudson schools, which was a huge job and involved many, many people and personalities over the course of her career. The other thing that she did, unfortunately, extremely well is she took over the athletic director's job for a couple months in an interim until they hired a guy that unfortunately didn't do quite as good a job as she did. Who was that?
I forget his name.
Oh, that was me. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. That was me. Yeah. Yeah, it was me. It's me. You handed the baton, remember? Okay. Yeah. But one of the things again that's great about Sharon was again her giving attitude, her participation in the Rotary for all those years. And probably the number one thing about Sharon is she is a fellow Maple Heights Mustang. So we were close in regards to our graduating years, but she led the way in regards to the academics. I wasn't quite on that same page. So here is Sharon to share a few words with you.
Thank you. I really want to pay tribute to Jimmy. In 2000, Hudson League for Service decided that they could no longer handle Santa on the Green. Somehow Jimmy heard about it. The next thing we knew, we were doing Santa on the Green. The first year I was allowed, as any other Rotarian, I was there helping with hot chocolate and so forth. And after it was over, I said, you know, Jimmy, we really need a Mrs. Claus. Next meeting, he shows up with a red velvet dress. First time I was allowed to be Mrs. Claus, I had to work the crowd, warm up the children, getting ready to see Santa sitting up on the stage. And I said to Jimmy, oh, this isn't working. Mrs. Claus needs to be up on the stage with Santa. So that was it. Third year, I said, Jimmy, this really isn't working because I'm cold. He went out and got me a heater. Unfortunately, the heater didn't work because it's really, really cold out there. So this was the beginning of my Mrs. Claus. I had many, many Santas. My favorite one was my husband, who did it with me for about 6-7 years. I knew it was time to give it up because I really couldn't handle the cold, because in all the years we did it, there were only 3 times when we were allowed to be inside. One was at the old church on the Green, one was at the old Hudson Town Hall, and the last one was the best. I'd like to encourage Rotarians to continue to have it there because there's a nice warm fire. Santa was hot, but I was fine. And it works out where the children come in, they're not standing in the cold shivering. It's just been a wonderful, wonderful experience. People would say to me, you got to be crazy staying out there in that cold. But you don't understand the joy and the pleasure I received from doing that. Sitting there watching those beautiful children with those bright, clear eyes come up and look at you with such trust and love. It kind of restores your faith in mankind. Jimmy and I had a thing after every Santa on the Green, we would get together and we would share with one another our favorite moment. And I could spend the rest of the day telling you that, but I selected 2. One was Jimmy's favorite and one was mine. Jimmy's favorite was when this little boy came up on the 3 steps on the gazebo and stood in front of us and said, I've been bad and I've been good. That was Jimmy's favorite. His second favorite one was when the little one gave Santa their pacifier. Reluctantly, and then on the side over here where no one could see was the mother waiting for us to give him the pacifier because she knew it wasn't going to work. And my last one I thought was really special was this last time. This little girl came up. She was very, very nervous. Cute as can be, these little tiny blue glasses. And she would not go near Santa. She stood off to her side. And Santa said, "And what do you want for Christmas?" And she looked at him and she said, "I'll call you." And Santa, being quick on his feet, said, "Well, you know, it's an 800 number. You have to wait. You probably won't get through." He said, "How about you write a letter and put it in the box out here?" She looked at him and she said, "Good idea." And she left. So I thank Rotary for the wonderful 20-some years I've had. It was really a treasure, and I hope Allison, I've decided Allison should take the next spot. Thank you. What?
She's listening. Yep.
Allison, you're up.
Let's have a nice round of applause for Sharon Blackford, Jean, and Jimmy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sharon. And what a wonderful memories of Jimmy, Inky. Just if I could, since I have the microphone, so I guess I can. Just a memory that I had just a couple of months or maybe so before Jimmy had passed away. Somebody organized a roast for him. I don't know, there's some of you might have been there. It was at the Lake Forest Country Club, and I was one of the roasters. In fact, I think I might have been the chief roaster. And so what I did was to take Jimmy's face, have a photo, and Photoshop him into all kinds of different images. I had him with Washington crossing the Delaware, you know. My wife nixed one. I had him with Jennifer Lopez at the Grammys with that dress that was what, you know, and my wife's like, "You cannot do that." I thought it would have, I had a great line for it too. It was fantastic, but she ruined it. Anyway, and then I went after a Rotary meeting on a Wednesday morning. It might have been the day he passed, the day before, something like that. So I go in to see him and I said, "I just wanted to see you. I wanted to pray with you, maybe read a couple Psalms." He said, "Oh, that'd be great." And so we did that. I read a few Psalms. We prayed together. And then he says to me in a very weak voice, he was really at the end of his life. He said, "I just have one question." I said, "Sure, anything." I thought he was going to ask me like, what do I say to God? You know, he said, "How'd you get my face on all those pictures?" Oh my, I can't explain Photoshop. I was ready to go theology. All right. So yeah, it was wonderful memories of Jimmy, and thank you so much, Sharon, for all that you've done. You know, we are living, as you know, I don't have to tell you. Oh, before I get to that, I better hold that thought. We got to do a rotobuck though. All right, Ben, you have skin in this game? All right, get up here. Payout today is $9. I'm fixing to tell you, but I can't tell you right now because it's in my left hand. Grand prize $277. It's almost getting near Catherine money here, isn't it? Yeah. Number is 681074. 074. All right, Phil, up here.
I have one story. You've probably heard it before, but I knew Jimmy longer than anybody in the world. We grew up together in playpens, my parents and his parents. And I can remember being in a playpen on one time when he was about 6 months. And I said, "Jimmy, change your diaper. You really stink." And I think I gave him the name Stinky. Father Joe, come in for me, Father Joe. No. That's good. Thank you.
So yes, it looks like we have a moment. So I wanted to, you know, I don't have to tell you that we live in changing times. Everything has to be revised, right? I mean, we're writing entirely new textbooks and you know, we're rewriting the world and history and everything. And so I hate to tell you this, it's sad, but so also are all our Christmas traditions. And I happened to come across, it hasn't quite made it to the printers yet, but I've come across the rewrite of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And so I thought I would share it with you on this celebration. 'Twas the night before Christmas and Santa's a wreck. How to live in a world that's politically correct. His workers no longer would answer to elves, vertically challenged, they were calling themselves. And labor conditions at the North Pole were alleged by the union to stifle the soul. 4 reindeer had vanished without much propriety, released to the wilds by the Humane Society. And equal employment had made it quite clear that Santa had better not just use reindeer. So Dancer and Donner, Comet and Cupid were replaced by 4 pigs. And you know that looks stupid. The runners had been removed from his sleigh. The ruts were termed dangerous by the EPA. And people had started to call the cops when they heard sled noises on their rooftops. Secondhand smoke from his pipe had his workers quite frightened. His fur-trimmed red suit was called unenlightened. And to show you the strangeness of life's ebbs and flows, Rudolph was suing over unauthorized use of his nose. And had gone on CNN in front of the nation, demanding millions in overdue compensation. So half the reindeer were gone, and his wife, who suddenly said she'd had enough of this life, joined a self-help group, packed, left in a whiz, demanding from now on her title was Ms. And as for the gift, he'd never had a notion that making a choice could cause such commotion. Nothing of leather, nothing of fur, which meant nothing for him and nothing for her. Nothing that might be construed to pollute, nothing to aim, and nothing to shoot. Nothing that clamored or made lots of noise, nothing just for girls, nor for the boys. Nothing that claimed to be gender specific, nothing that's warlike or non-Pacific. No candy or sweets, they were bad for the tooth. Nothing that seemed to embellish a truth. And fairy tales, whilst not yet forbidden, were like Ken and Barbie, better off hidden. Where they raised the hackles of those psychological who claimed the only good gift was one ecological. No baseball, no football, someone could get hurt. Besides, playing sports exposed kids to dirt. Dolls were said to be sexist and should be passé, and video games would rot your brain away. So Santa just stood there, disheveled, perplexed. He could not figure out what to do next. He tried to be merry, tried to be gay, but you got to be careful with that word today. His sack was quite empty, limp to the ground. Nothing fully acceptable was to be found. Something special was needed, a gift that he might give to all without angering the left or the right. A gift that would satisfy with no indecision each group of people, every religion, every ethnicity, every hue, everyone, everywhere, even you. So here's the gift. It's priced beyond worth. May you and your loved ones enjoy peace on earth. And there you have it, a politically correct version of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Hey, y'all have a great day and a great week. Make a difference in somebody's life today. Yeah.
We meeting next week?